Hey, it's a beautiful day here at Comerica Park. We're here watching the game from our favorite seats. These are where we sit all the time for the game, folks.
Hey, in our seat.
We're in your seats? Oh, well, we'll be right back. Hey, welcome to Sports Talk 60. I'm John.
I'm Kevin.
What a great day here at our favorite seats here.
We're in our seats.
We're in your seats? I don't think so. These are our seats.
You're in our seat.
Oh, okay. Hey, we'll be right back. Welcome to Sports Talk 60. We finally got it right. We're in our great seats that we always watch a game here at Comerica Park at. We're in the right section this time. No one can take us out of these seats.
You guys are in our seats.
These are your seats?
Yeah.
That's right here.
Sports Talk 60, Detroit Sports Connection. We'll be right back. Yeah, welcome to Sports Talk 60. Here we are in our favorite seats at Comerica Park.
These are our best seats ever.
These are where they put us to watch the game here at Comerica Park. You can see we're close to the action. Hey, I got a nosebleed. Hold on. Nosebleed.
Unbelievable sights up here.
Oh yeah, that's where they put us.
I can almost smell a hot dog.
I'm hyperventilating.
Asthma.
I'm too high up here. Woo, I'm in an airplane. Woo. For Sports Talk 60, enjoy the game. Woo. Woo. Hey, welcome to Sports Talk 60. On today's show, we have an interview with Red Wings General Manager Ken Holland about the playoffs with the Nashville Predators. We also have an interview with former player and assistant to Ken Holland, Chris Chelios. We have Tiger Talk with Kevin, and we have Wings Playoff Talk with Chip. All today on Sports Talk 60.
It's fun to watch a funny show when you're at home or on the go. It's fun to catch up on the twists they're talking about. It's fun to watch new movies right away. They're on demand, not on delay. If you're through with satellite, come on and shout. It's fun for you. It's fun for me. Come on, everybody, to Xfinity. Come on, everybody, to Xfinity.
How did the Red Wings approach that? How does the coaching staff and you as a general manager approach being an underdog, so to speak, going into the playoffs?
Well, I think obviously we're probably the underdog because they've got home ice, and Nashville picked up a lot of real good players at the trade deadline, and then they got Radulov back, so they obviously got deeper. But I think that the adversity that we went through for the last 6 weeks, with all the injuries, our coaches know what Gustav Nyquist can do. They know what Brendan Smith can do. Jakob Kindl got some ice time. Corey Emerton and Jan Mursak got to play. So, I think we're deeper today than we were 3 months ago, which obviously depth is going to be important. We rested Dan Cleary for the last couple of games to give him a week off heading into the playoffs. I talked to Pete Van Zandt today, our trainer, as the team was practicing. He feels good. He'll be in the lineup for game one. Like I said, Helm is close. So, I don't think there are any underdogs and favorites. I think that the league today is really, really close, and you got to win it on the ice. So all the people have to make their predictions. That's what they get paid to do. But ultimately, Nashville finished 2 points ahead of us in the standings. We were 3-3 in the season series. When you look at our goals for, we're a little bit better goals for. We're similar goals against. Our differential goals for and against is similar. They've certainly been better on the specialty teams. Again, that's an area that we're focused in on. We think that we can do a good job because certainly on the power play because of the personnel we've got and the history that we've got over the last few years.
This time of year, Ken, except for a fan that has to stay up till 10:30 at night on the West Coast games, the travel, how much of a difference does that make in the playoffs, or lack of travel going to Nashville rather than going to LA or Vancouver? In that respect, is that a big deal to the players or no?
Well, yeah, I think that what we found through the years, the biggest thing is for some reason going west to east is tough. And what I like about this series, we've done our itinerary. When Game 2 is over on Friday night, we jump on a plane and we're going to land in Detroit at 12:30 Friday night. Guys are gonna be in bed by 1:30. We can have a practice here on Saturday, and the game is on Sunday. If we're playing a West Coast team, you know, when game 2 is over, we gotta stay out there overnight, and the off day is not an off day, it's a 4 to 5 hour flight, you know, plus you gotta get in the bus, and you gotta bus, and then when you land, it's supper time before you get home. I also think that when you're coming from west to east, you know, we come home, the road team really gets sequestered, you know, and we come home and we've been gone for 4 or 5 days, and, you know, as we all know, you come home and, you know, there's family and friends from out of town with tickets, and there's responsibilities that just takes your focus off a little bit. So I like it that with this series for travel, you know, after game 2, after game 5, we jump on a plane and we're home. It's an hour and 15 hour, 20-minute flight, and if we were playing against a West Coast team, we'd be heading out today. You know, we get to stay home today. We're practicing at Joe D'Amore at noon, and we leave at 3 o'clock. So it's an extra day at home on the front end. It's an extra. Every travel day, every off day is not a travel day. It's a day where we can be at home. We can have practice, and we can continue to do our routine. So, you know, it doesn't matter who we're going to play. It was a tough opponent. You know, there's no secrets between Nashville and us. We've played each other 2 playoff series. They've had the same management and coaching staff since they got in the league. Mike Babcock's been here since 2007. We've had a series with them with Mike Babcock as coach. They know us, we know them. I like the idea that there's not much trouble.
Ken, even though you said that you know each team knows each other, it's still true that when you go into a big game or a series, in your game plan, you're looking for that edge. What is the edge what do you feel is the edge that the Red Wings have over the Predators?
Well, I tell you, I don't think they have any edge over us. I don't think we've got any edge over them. I get back to, they finished over 82 games. They have 2 more points. We played each other 6 times. They won 3 times. We won 3 times. We won once in their building. They won once in our building. I just think it's a real close series, and the game is going to be decided on the ice. You know, the days, 10 years ago, probably you could look at our roster and, you know, you started to get into our 3rd and 4th lines, and there got to be real separation. You know, we feel we can roll 4 lines. They can roll 4 lines. The game's going to be decided on the ice. It's 2 very good teams, and as I look at the National Hockey League, you know, there's going to be a lot of real good teams in this league are going to be out after the first round of the playoffs. It's just there's some great matchups. You know, I like that we've got experience on our roster. You know, our guys understand it's a 2-week series, and you don't get too high and low with a win or a loss in game 1 or game 2. You stick to the program. We were down 3-0 last year against San Jose. We fought our way back to game 7. So, you know, one of the reasons you like experience on your team is that you know, they maintain a status quo, and they pass it on to your younger players. So, you know, I think but saying all that, you know, Nashville's been in the playoffs every year. I think since 2005 they've only missed the playoffs once too. So I don't think that. Again, I think this is a great series. It's going to be decided on the ice. I don't look at us as the underdog, and I'm sure they don't think they're the underdog. I think that you know, a lot of hockey people or these experts out there are predicting Nashville, and we got to go out and we've got to win the game on the ice.
Ken, considering, as you said, how close the competition is in the standings now in hockey, do you feel it's time now for the NHL to change the seeding policy in the playoffs instead of rewarding a division champion, even though they may have as many as 10 fewer points as a 4th or a 5th seed?
You know, my take on that would be that I think you've got to get rewarded with something to win the division, otherwise don't have any divisions. Maybe, you know, now obviously we've talked about realignment. Now in the next collective bargaining agreement that's coming up this summer, you know, the owners voted for realignment, which was going to be 4 conferences instead of instead of the 2 conferences with 3 divisions. You know, as we sit today, if you ask me, I'd like to see that in round 2 it go to points, but I think in round 1, why have divisions if the division winner doesn't get rewarded with something? So, but I think ultimately in the next collective bargaining negotiations this summer, obviously, in December, the owners voted to go to 4 conferences, two of 7, 2 of 8, and everything, the first 2 rounds are going to be within the conference or the division, first versus fourth. So it's going to be a moot point now, depending on how collective bargaining agreement plays itself out.
And there you had it with Ken Holland addressing a bunch of media today at Hockeytown, and he thinks it's going to be a good series here through the season series. Nashville had 3 wins, the Detroit Red Wings had 3 wins, and obviously he said our power play has to step up, but he says both teams are evenly matched. Even though Nashville had 2 more points above the Wings, it's just been a good season for both teams. They're looking forward for the matchup. They're actually glad they're not doing a West Coast trip. They can be on the plane and back in a couple hours after a game, so the players will get to sleep in their own bed, which is important. They're not going to have the jet lag. So everyone's looking for a good series here out of the Detroit-Nashville series. So we're looking forward to, and we're looking for the Wings to move forward in the second round. And we're here with former Red Wing Chris Chelios, and actually has a job with the Detroit Red Wings this year, and we're going to ask him a couple of questions coming up on the playoffs. How you doing today, Chris?
Good, thank you.
What is the role Chris Chelios is doing with the Wings this year? I know you were working with the defensemen for a little bit.
Yeah, mostly Grand Rapids, the younger guys down there, Smith, Janik, Lashoff, actually being one of the veterans, Pyatt. So I got a chance to go on the ice with Kurt Fraser and Jimmy Peck, the coaches down there. My first year, I followed Jim Nill, Kenny Holland, his management, and that role. And this year I wanted to see what it'd be like going on the ice and having some input on the ice.
Now for the playoffs, what one area do we have to improve in for our playoff run?
Well, if you look at the numbers between us and Nashville right now, I guess the biggest difference would be our special teams. But like Kenny mentioned, you start from scratch in the playoffs. Everybody's at zeros. So, you get momentum, you get that first goal, and it just, it steamrolls. And we've got the skill. Our top 6 are as good, if not better, than anybody in the league. So there's no question that our power play has the capability of improving in the playoffs. Penalty killing, same thing. You just got to work hard and give it the effort, get a few kills under our belt. And it'll take us a long way if we could make some adjustments there and improve on those.
Yeah. Well, what's the future hold for Chelly in our town? Are you here for a while with the Wings?
Oh yeah, right now I couldn't think of a better place to be. I spent 10 years as a player here, and working with the same group of guys and that have been here for so long made it a great transition after retiring. So getting a great chance to see my sons at Michigan State and my daughter playing at her university. So right now I couldn't be in a better place with a better organization.
All right, well, wish you the best in the playoffs. We're looking forward to a good run.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chris.
Uverse, what are you doing?
Getting you guys a better TV.
We have a great TV. You're the problem.
Me? You're the one that should have gotten Xfinity from Comcast.
I know.
They have better HD picture quality and way more HD choices.
Wait a second. Is that Grandpa's TV?
If your grandpa's mustache party 54, then yes, it is. You owe him $200.
Uverse's old phone wires can't handle what Xfinity can. Visit Xfinity Can to learn more.
With Xfinity, you can watch on-demand movies and shows online just like you do on your TV, anywhere you want. The world is your living room. Coaster. It's mahogany, so you know what I mean.
Take your TV to go. Watch on-demand movies and shows even from Showtime and HBO. Online, anywhere, anytime. It's your entertainment your way. Yours for no additional cost. Only with Xfinity. Get started at xfinitytv.com.
It's playoff time here to Joe, Nashville, and Detroit. You can see we have a fan here that has a Stanley Cup already in his hand. What's your name?
Jordan.
Jordan, where are you from?
Grand Rapids.
So I would take it this is your prediction, the Wings are going to go all the way and win the Cup and bring it back, right?
Every year.
And how do you see about this series? How many games?
I think it's going to take 6. I want to say it's going to take 6, but we're going to get it done tonight. Shoot for 5. We're going to sing halfway there today, baby. We're going to be halfway there.
So we're going to predict 6, but we want to shoot for 5, correct?
Shoot for 5.
How about everybody behind us? How many games? 5. So there you go from the Joe. We got the Stanley Cup in our hand already. What do we want to say?
Go Wings!
There you go. Go Wings from the Joe. Playoff hockey here at the Joe. Nashville and Detroit coming off a big win in Nashville. It's going to be an important 2 games here in Detroit.
Definitely the momentum, home ice advantage. Now it's time to play some playoff hockey.
That's the key, the momentum. I think that was set in motion in the first shift when Bertuzzi went right after Weber.
Weber knew it was coming. Business was taken care of. Time to play.
He knew it was coming. It wasn't that dramatic, but he did send a message, like you said.
Yeah, he stuck up for Zetterberg, something he had to do.
And the whole team has to do that. You have to protect each other. If you let these teams walk all over you, it's just not going to be good.
Well, Detroit has never really been one of the fighting teams of the NHL.
Exactly. They're one of the least penalized teams for major fighting, in fact, since the NHL lockout. And one of our nemesis all season has been the power play and the penalty kill. Dramatically improved in the playoffs so far.
20% still for the penalty, power play. 100% for the penalty kill. 12 for 12 here in the playoffs. 36 for 36 last 9 games.
And we lost, obviously, Helm coming back. Kind of a big loss right now. But he had successful surgery, which is good.
A lot of speed we lost, but yet we still have Ian White, Corey Emerton, which picked up this team the other night. Emerton's first playoff goal, I'm sure that just made him ecstatic.
Exactly. And the goaltending, Howard has been fantastic in these 2 games.
He's back in game form.
Any predictions what we need to do to take the rest of the series?
Specialty teams, goaltending, and keep the momentum going.
And the defense has been good, like you mentioned. The power play and the penalty kill has dramatically improved. The other night we had a couple 5-on-3 situations, and the Wings were able to come out of that without giving up a Nashville goal.
Yeah, that's something that they had to do. Something they weren't able to do a couple of years ago. They scored they had too many goals scored against them on 5-on-3.
And probably the one big advantage we have is not making that West Coast swing now, that we can play this game against Nashville, not have to worry about going on the West Coast.
Yeah, this team is not as tired. They got game legs underneath them.
Yeah, you can play your game, get home, sleep in your own bed, and be ready to go the next day.
Yeah, definitely. You know what also helped in that game too was when they lost that 2-goal lead. 56 seconds later, they came right back. Johan Franzen scored the game winner.
Well, you can see the fans filing in for the game here behind us. There's a lot of excitement down here at the Joe. It's going to be an exciting 2 games here at the Joe. Sports Talk 60, your Detroit Sports Connection.
We make a lot about home ice advantage, but I'm sure this isn't exactly how you expect things to go when you get the series tied up and you come back home in front of these fans.
No, we wanted to play better, especially in Game 3 here, first home game. We wanted to come out and play better, but now we have to dig in and come out strong for that Game 4.
You got to be happy with some of the things you did, right? Because really, after they took that 2-0 lead, I know maybe some is desperation, some maybe iffy penalties, but overall, you dominated for over probably 2 periods.
Yeah, no, I think we're doing a lot of good things. I think being in the box too often has been hurting us, but I thought we were feeding off the crowd today too. They were really giving us a good push, and I thought we had a lot of chances that didn't go in for us. So a lot of good things we did today.
Was Pekka Rinne that good, or did you guys maybe not get enough traffic and second chances?
He is good. No, he is one of the top goalies in the league, and that's when you have to have traffic and get some of the second chances on him too. I think Pav had a great chance to score on him late in the second period. So we have to stay on top of him like that.
Was there enough in your mind of those second chances?
They're hard to get, especially in the playoffs. They're tougher to get than in the regular season. So you got to earn them. You got to go hard to the net, and you have to dig in to get those chances.
There's such a fine line between these 2 teams in all 3 games, and today probably that was exemplified by the 1/10 of a second that Franzen goal missed by. Just talk about the close nature of these games.
Oh, for sure. I think that's all playoffs. All the games you watch on TV is the same way. Every night, any team can beat any team, and it's just, I think, it's a matter of will and who wants it more. And we came out pretty hard tonight. We didn't get a few bounces, but at the same time, next game we're to come back and do the same thing, and hopefully those bounces go in for us.
How important is that? I mean, to take away any confidence they have. They hadn't won in this building coming into this game, and now that they have, they've probably got to be feeling pretty good.
Yeah, as they should. But at the same time, we have the confidence knowing if we play the right way and we give ourselves a chance to beat these guys, and we know we can, and they probably feel the same way about us. So it'll be a good couple of games coming up.
Jimmy, how much did that go for you guys up in the second?
It gave us a great lift. Pav, he's really slick with his stick there, and great takeaway, and he caught Pekka napping there a little bit.
How much do you allow yourself to think about how close you guys could have made this when Johan's goal slid past? Did you get a chance to look at it up at the board from your end?
I mean, it was awfully close. I didn't know what to, really expect. Obviously they had video evidence that said, went in after the buzzer went off.
What was the mood in the room in that second period after they just allowed that goal?
It felt like, we'd shifted the momentum, and, it felt like just go out there and just continue on, and I thought we did.
I'd like to ask you about your first playoff career goal the other night in Nashville. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
It was pretty special for myself. Came at an opportune time. I think to go up 2 goals made it even more special, but I think the biggest thing was just making a good defensive play led to an offensive opportunity, and I just wanted to shoot the puck hard and high.
How do you guys feel about getting back into this game right now, being down 1 game in our building tonight? What do you guys got to do for Tuesday?
Just build off of kind of how we came out in the second and third period. We played pretty strong and made lots of chances. We just got to bear down kind of on the opportunities, but most important thing is just to build off the ending we had there and have a quicker start.
How big of a role did the fans play tonight with you guys? Did it give you a good lift?
Yeah, they were great. They've been great all season, so it's expected, and it's electric in here, and it's a lot of fun.
Okay, thank you. Good luck on Tuesday.
Could you talk a little bit about the starts and the 9 of your last games, 8 times you've fallen behind, and especially against a team like Nashville, falling behind is difficult. Is there anything to remedy it, or what's going on?
Well, I just said I thought we had to win face-offs off the start. We were 0 for 4 the first 4 face-offs, and so they got on top of us. So we'd like to do that. We'd like to, do a better job in the face-off circle. The team that wins the draw ends up in a forecheck and gets on top of the other team. So that's, something we'd like to do better. But the thing I find is the other team's trying too. You're trying to get off to a good start, and they're trying to get off to a good start. They got the power play early and made us pay.
Coach, the aspect of going hard to the net that you have emphasized, did you think that improved a little bit today? Coach Trotz thought he said the Red Wings were doing more of that today.
Well, I thought we did a real good job in the first 2 periods in Nashville. Last game, we didn't do it at all. Kind of got on our heels in Nashville in the 3rd period. I thought tonight, once we got our head around that you got to shoot the puck, we were better. When early in the game we came in and tried to make a nice play all the time. Well, they have 5 people back and are doing a good job on the inside. We got to shoot the puck to break them down. If we're going to do that, we have to have people go in the net. So I thought we did a pretty good job there. Let's be honest. You look at the game, the puck didn't go in for us, and it did for them. And we got to fix that for next game.
Well, Game 3's in the books. Didn't go the Wings' way tonight. It was a 3-2 victory by the Nashville Predators. They take the series lead 2-1. The power play and the penalty kill that was so good in Games 1 and 2 just kind of fell apart tonight in Game 3.
Yeah, it fell apart for both teams, or really Detroit. They were, 1 for 6 on the power play. Nashville was 1 for 6. Problem is, there's no scoring on that power play again.
Right, and both teams, like you just said, had 12 minutes of penalty minutes on both teams. And the main difference is tonight the Red Wings took 43 shots on goal and only put 2 in the net, while Nashville just had 22 on Jimmy Howard.
Goes to show you what kind of goalie Pekka Rinne really is. He stands up when he has to, makes the big saves when he has to.
And one of the bad guys of the series, Shea Weber, comes out and kind of wins it tonight. He's probably one of the players of the game tonight for Nashville. He plays tough, he plays hard, and it showed tonight on the ice.
Played a lot of minutes, played over 26 minutes, scored a power play goal. That really hurts.
Right, and I think the Wings need to get back in to this game on Tuesday. What they need to do is get that power play back on track.
Need to be a little bit more physical also, John.
Yeah, it seems like we did dominate the second and third period. It seemed like the first period we kind of came out a little bit flat, but that second and third period, the Wings dominated. They had the momentum going with them. Now, maybe at the end of the second period, when the goal was taken away because of the time it lapsed, which you can't really help that kind of took some of the wind out of the sails, but it is what it is.
In the first period, they were flat. It started to happen when they killed another 5-on-3. That's when the intensity picked up for the Red Wings.
So in Game 4, what do we see happening here? Obviously, we got to step up the power play a little bit. We got to score those goals where we need those goals. Those are easy goals to get. I mean, we're 5-on-4. We have to score those goals to win.
They have to take advantage of the opportunities that they get. They missed a lot of opportunities today, a lot of wide open shots.
So on Tuesday, looking forward to Game 4 from the Joe 3-2 Predators tonight. They take a series lead 2-1.
It's fun to pick a show you like and watch it every single night.
until your family has to stage an intervention. It's fun to look and see what's new when you're hanging with your crew, because it's fun to see what catches your attention.
With over 60,000 choices on TV and online, no one delivers on demand like Xfinity.
It's fun for you, it's fun for me, it's everything you want to see. It's endless fun to do Xfinity.
So you really set up and support my devices?
Oh yeah, we can do it anytime, online and over the phone, or if you want, in person.
Whoa.
I know, it's pretty cool. Plus, I set up your other devices to run on a secure wireless network.
Really? You're very good.
Introducing Xfinity Signature Support, your 24/7 personal tech help desk, offering home networking, PC tune-ups, virus removal, and more, all from one source. Visit xfinity.com/signature support.
It's a beautiful day here at Comerica Park. 49 degrees today at game time as the first home series of the season will draw to an end today with a rubber game between the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. So it's been exciting first 5 games of the season.
You know, we haven't really had a problem with pitching or the weather, but we're definitely having a problem yesterday with the hitting.
Yeah, but in the first 4 games, obviously Prince Fielder has lived up to his expectations, and so has Miguel Cabrera.
Cabrera smacking the ball with Prince Fielder following right behind him. Yeah, Brendan Bosch started off slow, but picking up right away.
And one big surprise, Austin Jackson, our leadoff hitter.
Austin Jackson doing an amazing job, and in the outfield, made some nice catches. Had a walk-off home run, a walk-off hit, and a walk-off home run from Alex Avila.
Yes, and to win the game on the second day of the season. Yes. But I think a lot of people's question was the defense. And really, through the first 5 games, the defense has not really been much of an issue.
No, we've had a few get through the infield, but besides that, it's been awesome. A spectacular play on both sides.
And this weekend we go into Chicago. Chicago's 3-2, right behind the Tigers. So it should be an interesting weekend series in Chicago as well.
And in the division team that we obviously always have problems with, it's good to see Chicago up on the top with us right now.
So I think all in all, the Tigers are what everybody expected right now. They're 4-1. They're winning some games. They're playing good as a ball club. Pitching's not too bad. The hitting's coming around. So I think this team is going to compete well this year.
I think this team is more than everybody asked for. This team is absolutely amazing. Pitching, catching, fielding, it's just unbelievable.
Well, there you have it from the first week of the 2012 season.
For all our fans who want to get a hold of us, you can contact us on Facebook at Sports Talk 60 or
at our Twitter page at Sports Talk 60.
Or you can send us an email at
sportstalk60@comcast.net. And don't forget to send us one of your emails about the greatest moments in sports history that you like. And if you have any questions for Chip, Kevin, or myself, email us at sportstalk60@comcast.net. We'll try to read that sports-related question on the air.
Sports Talk 60.
Your Detroit Sports Connection.